my 2:30, huh? I can see why you want your eyebrows done. They do look a little crazy, but don't worry. I've already put down the toilet seat for you, so you can just take a seat right there. And we're gonna get started. I just have my trusty 3DS here. I'm just gonna go ahead and take some photos. Can you just stay still? I like to get really up close and personal. The camera quality isn't perfect, but it's the best that I have access to. Just to be able to show new clients what I can do. So, that looks pretty good. Okay. What were you wanting to get done today? Like, do you have inspiration? Any celebrities? Okay. Well, immediately I think, not gonna look good on you, but we can experiment. Okay, got all of my tools and supplies, alright, just into my bag. I'm just gonna put that out over there. First thing we're going to do is we need to map out your face. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a look. I'm just trying to see where do I think the eyebrows should start and stop. There's lots of little rules. Lines throughout the face, points of the face, stuff like that. That can determine where the best harmonious placement would be, okay? So we're just gonna... Okay. Yeah. Okay. Your eyebrows look quite nice, actually. Like, they've already got a pretty good shape to them. They definitely are a little, overextending. They're welcome, but that's common. Just noticing slightly uneven. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any major insecurities about your eyebrows? Anything that you'd like to change? Okay. Yeah, no worries. We all have those little things, you know, where we might want things to be slightly different. Okay, I'm just gonna grab this pen. I'm just gonna mark out where I want to keep the lines, basically where I want to pluck outside of, okay? I think that should be good. Let's do this one over here now. Okay, this is gonna make you look so much better though. Trust and believe. Let's just make sure that looks good. Okay. Let's start on some brushing. And also snipping. We've got my little precise, sharp snippers. So don't mind my spoolie. I try to keep it clean, so you should be fine. And then I also have, if I can grab it, my my mini scissors. These are Revlon stainless steel. Just scissors. But they both kind of work in different ways. So let's just start by brushing, okay? Just brushing the eyebrow hairs up. Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna go ahead, brush up, and we're gonna be using these ones to start. So you'll see, let's compare the two. I like to be educational. You know, I'm doing this free of charge because I want to get better, but I also do want to teach people. Education, you know, everyone deserves it, you know. So you'll see that the blades are longer than these ones, right? These ones are pretty sharp, but these have that rounded edge. So these are good for like general use and what we're going to be using like for the most part, but these ones are for very precise, like one hair slightly, not exactly where I want it to be. So I just need to trim that, okay? But for the most part, we will be using these ones. But both are valuable, okay? And they do provide different sound. This one's a little more thick, I guess. Put that down. Trade these. I like to do it with my right hand so I can be a little more precise. We're measuring twice, cutting once, but also we're measuring twice, cutting 1,000 times. So then that way we can be very, very precise, okay? Looks good. You can always cut off more, but you can never pop on. You know, I can't give you more hair. I do have some growth serums that can work really well, though. I have advice for that if you are interested. Have you ever had anyone do your eyebrows before? Yeah, it can definitely be pretty relaxing. Feel free to close your eyes. Sometimes it's nice so then you don't have to get like hair in your eyes. It might fall, but it doesn't generally. And your eyelashes should catch it anyways. But I've heard that some people get a little bit freaked out when their eyes are closed because they like to see when stuff is coming. All personal preference. All entirely up to you. Yeah, luckily this bathroom is pretty secluded, and people generally don't go out of their way to come over here. So I find that it's the best bathroom to conduct business. I also have found that people who do use the bathroom here actually wash their hands, which I always appreciate because, look, I spend a lot of time in the bathroom because of, what I hope to help people with. I hope to help people, and this is what I want to help people with, and so I do try to help people in the bathroom because it's the only place that I can go where I won't get, like, I don't very judgment-free in the bathroom, I found. Anyways, people don't wash their hands. People don't. Anyways, I find that people do in this one, and they tend to be very hygienic and clean, and so let's, have a very nice floral fragrance. I spray a little bit of Febreze before. Okay. Let's just go ahead and take a look. I always want to make sure that I'm going to do my best work. Let's just go ahead. I'm just going to touch up right there. Right there. Okay. Perfect. Perfecto. We also have 2 different tweezers. This is my baby, honestly. They are just stainless steel. They're actually men's, but I find they're pretty good. Like, I mean, men's products in general sometimes are made with a little more gusto. They've got this like fish scale design on the sides. It's totally silver, stainless steel. I think it might be all the way through. Perfect for keeping clean. I love these things, and this is what my pride and joy is what I use. Okay, but we also have to compare it to these. Now these are very long. The grips are, instead of the fishnets, they have this sort of tick design, like tick tick tick. I don't know how to describe that, like lines, I guess. And then it's got you'll see this as an angle to a point. This one's angle to a point is different though. It's skinny, long, and the point. This one's just point, and then the tip is angled. This is my cleanup. It's my tool that I use when I'm like very particular about what I'm trying to get, and I need to like have the most visible range. And the angle really helps me to get visibility, and also to kind of figure out where I can play around with the hair a little bit better. It's so thin and precise, and it also has these little, I don't know if you can tell, but just like the grips on the sides, there's grips on the end of the tweezer. It has these little ridges, which really help as well. So, and yeah, this one's much longer, and this one is just a short little baby. So that's what I will be using. And let's get started, okay? Okay, do I have? Okay, I do. I'm just gonna go ahead. Just got a tissue here so I can. I'm just gonna start kind of going a little rapidly, but let me know if you need a break at all, okay? Along and plucking any hairs that are outside of the guidelines that I created earlier. tweaks every like 3 plucks. I don't mind it. And they're super cute and super chatty, so we just chat it up, you know. And I know some people though, they like to one and done it. Snap, 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 get it done and quick and out of the way, because it's like just easier for pain management wise, like just to kind of be like tough it up for the 5 minutes rather than like drawing it out. Of course, everybody is so different, and I like to like do whatever the client wants. I'm not picky. I try to make this the best, most luxurious experience that they will ever have in their life, you know. Luxury is really what I'm aiming for. I light a candle, I get the lighting all nice in here, which is another reason why the bathroom is the best place to be. The lighting is perfect for me to like really like take like a solid look at them and like know what they look like, what they'll look good with, what they won't look good with. And just be not blinded by like a warm, nice light. It also helps me to really see the contrast, skin versus the hair. And I think it also is useful for the clients. They can go ahead and take a look in the mirror. The lighting is good. They can get a really clear vision on what their eyebrows look like. I have a hair that's out of place. And if they don't like something, we fix it right then and there. Of course. And of course, you take a look behind me. If you look in the mirror and you see a single thing while I'm working that you're like scratching your chin, speak up. Don't worry. I'm not treating you like you are my, watercolor painting pride and joy that I will not take critiques on. I'm treating you like I want you to be happy. So if you are unhappy, I want to hear about it. I want to be a part of it, so then we can try and figure out a way to make you happy. That's my goal, right? So don't worry. If there's anything that you don't like, let me know. Let me know. We're going to put those tweezers down, and we're going to begin with the Tweezerman cuticle cutters. Okay, are you ready? It's going to require me to just go like this. I'm just trying to take a really good look and just try and trim what I think is necessary, okay? Of course, if you do go home, you're not fully happy, if I did too much, let me know. I can teach you some techniques if you need to know some techniques on how to get it to look a little bit fuller, right? So I can teach you how to fill them in. Obviously, if there's any hairs that you're like, I want them to be thinner, I want these hairs gone, let me know, and I can help you. I think of it as my bad. If I mess up, it's on me, right? You told me what you wanted, and I, even if you don't know in the moment, you think it's okay. Or maybe you're nervous to tell me. I completely understand that. Or maybe you thought, it's not too big of a deal, I'm not going to say anything, and then you go home and you're like, okay, maybe it was a big deal. Don't worry, just let me know. We'll figure it out together. Whatever needs to be done. We're going to go back in with these ones, these two scissors, and I love these because they have that perfect rubber grip. The holes, the 2 holes for your thumb and index to go through. That's what I do anyways. But I guess I also use my middle finger. Middle, index, thumb. It's a fluff, okay. And we're just trimming along now. Once again, using discernment to not over trim. I'm just going slowly, like the turtle against the hair. I know my cautionary tales well. You know what I love? I was working retail for a while, and there was this one person. He always wanted the same thing. He called all the time, and every time he'd call, he'd say, "Do you guys have it in stock?" I'd say, "Yes." He would say, "Okay, I'm coming down there to get it, but first, answer my riddle. Riddle me this." And he would ask me a riddle. And I love that. I think more people should ask people riddles. You know? I feel like we live in a riddle-less society. Why are we asking more people riddles? That is my question. Okay, I'm going to be using my precise tweezers now. Just trying to use all my focus. I don't want to take up too much of your time either, so I want to focus here. Get this done for you. I'm sure you want to get on with your day. Do you have any plans after this? That's good. Okay. I'm just going to quickly wipe off the markings that I did. Just wipe that. Okay, let's do a quick brush through. Okay, stay very still. I'm just going to take my before and after pictures. Perfect. Okay, let's take a look. I think it's perfect. I think you look great. Thank you so much for letting me practice on you. Once again, any complaints, critiques, let me know. I'm always wanting to improve. You look great though. So as long as you think you look great too, then you are free to go. I'll see you around. Goodbye.